Hi, Sherryman Recap here.
Before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead. Today, I'm gonna explain an American drama film starring Lily Collins called To the Bone. The movie begins with Ellen, a 20-year-old college student who drops out of school because she is dealing with anorexia. She lives with her stepmother, Susan, and her stepsister, Kelly. She always does sit-ups every day to lose weight. When having dinner with her younger sister, she even memorizes and always counts the number of calories in her food. Susan tells her that all this time her father has been struggling to deal with her sickness through an inpatient program, but still not making any progress. She also informs that Ellen can return to her biological mother's home if her weight has improved. Then Susan wants to weigh her and finds out that her condition is getting worse by the time. With her condition like that, her stepmother decides to take her to a specialist, Dr. William Beckham. Turns out Ellen's biological mother has some problems, that her biological mother has bipolar disorder. Then Dr. Beck checks her back and finds that her back is bruised due to excessive sit-ups and her body starts to get hairy trying to keep her body warm. Ellen still thinks that it's fine for her, until Dr. Beck tells her that her current condition may kill her at any time. He insists that Ellen must join his patient program, if she wants to live. She initially is reluctant to do so, but her mind is changed when her half-sister asks her to do the program for her life. Finally, she decides to join the patient program, moving into the house with 6 other patients with anorexia and bulimia. She is greeted by one of the patients there, named Anna. There is also Luke, an upbeat ballet dancer, who is near recovery from both his anorexia and a knee injury. Ellen shares a room with Anna and Pearl, another patient with anorexia. Then Luke takes her around the house starting from the living room, where they do therapy. He also informs her that there is a point system given by Lobo, the inpatient nurse at the house. Points are earned for good behavior such as doing chores. These points can be used for personal pleasure, like going out of the house on their own will. Luke acts as a moral cheerleader for the other patients and takes a special interest in Ellen, eventually revealing that he is a fan of Ellen's art. Lobo explains about the rules during mealtime. If they eat well and their weight is close to their target, then they can earn extra points. They are also not allowed to leave the dining table and all bathrooms are locked for 30 minutes after mealtime to prevent purging. At night, Dr. Beck plans to have a family therapy session for Ellen. She even does sit-ups in the middle of the night. The next day at the family therapy session with Dr. Beck, all of her family comes at the session besides her father. Since 18 months earlier, Ellen was living with her mother, who abandoned her to move to Phoenix, Arizona, with her mother's partner. It is also revealed that previous artwork she had posted on Tumblr was cited as an influence by a girl who later killed herself. After the session, she promises to try to do better, but instead continues to lose her weight. Ellen is trying to make progress day by day. At one time, Dr. Beck tells her that he doesn't like her name because it's outdated. She agrees with Dr. Beck's statement and then decides to change her name to Eli. After that, she starts bonding with the other members of the house. She then talks with Luke, who asks her out for a dinner date at a restaurant, using the points he has earned. In the end, with all the reasons from Luke, she decides to go to the restaurant. There, she just tastes the food, then vomits it back up. Soon, she starts to be able to eat a little bit of cookie. However, that night she is surprised when Luke kisses her and admits he is starting to fall in love with her. She panics and quickly rejects him. Later on, she learns that Megan, another patient in the house, is pregnant. Unfortunately, she miscarries her baby, having resumes her purging after reaching the 12-week mark and believing it was safe. The event sends Ellen into a tailspin. She starts to not eat again until Dr. Beck told her that she only has a few days from getting the feeding tube. Then she ignores Dr. Beck and decides to run away from the house. On her way out, Luke sadly begs her to stay, telling her that he needs her, as he realizes that his knee condition is permanent and he will never be able to properly dance again and needs something new on which to focus, but Ellen still leaves him anyway. At the station, she feels dizzy and almost dies due to her condition worsened. Luckily, she manages to go back to her biological mother's home. That night, her mother expresses her guilt and says sorry for the postpartum depression she had after giving birth to Ellen. Then she suggests that she might try feeding Ellen with a bottle while rocking her to help solve both their issues. At first, she finds the idea is so strange, but after her mother tells her that she accepts if Ellen chooses death, she decides to go along with the idea and allows herself to be rocked while her mother feeds her rice milk from a bottle. After eating, Eli goes out for a walk at midnight. Not long after, she passes out. Then she hallucinates that she is in a tree where she kisses Luke, who is able to make her to see how sick she is now. Later, he gives her a piece of coal that represents her courage, and she decides to swallow it. The next morning, she wakes up from her dream. She immediately returns home and embraces her stepmother and her sister, and she goes to Beckham's patient program as she now has a stronger courage to live. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you.